Hi friends, I'm Jason. I am a cartoonist and an illustrator and a podcaster, an author. I am an average comedian and a below average actor. And, I live in Manhattan because I love cooking dinner in my fucking bedroom. So who the hell am I? That's not a stupid question. There are stupid questions, but ask them anyway, I'll answer them. I've lived in New York for the past 10 years with my dog, who just sits in my studio and farts all day. I've made my living as an artist for 20 years. I grew up in Perth in Western Australia, and I left school and went to a job in printing and then a job in newspapers, and I've been freelance since 2004. I moved to Melbourne, where I worked for 7 years, moved to New York 10 years ago. I'm a cartoonist and illustrator for The New Yorker, and I've worked for a bunch of other print and online publications like Mad, Esquire, Airmail, Wired, Weekly Humorist, American Bystander. For 16 years, I wrote and drew an internationally syndicated daily comic strip called Ginger Megs, published through Andrews McMeel syndication. I've been the president of both the Australian Cartoonists Association and the National Cartoonist Society, and I've served on the boards of organizations like this since for 18 years. And my work's been exhibited in France, the UK, Australia, all over the US. I've written and illustrated books published by Penguin Random House, HarperCollins, and Humorist Media. And my latest book with my friend and writing partner Scott Dooley is coming out in 2025 with Andrews McMeel Publishing. I've been the portrait illustrator for the Waking Up meditation app with Sam Harris for the past few years. I also illustrated the Essential Sam Harris series. I helped produce a monthly show that's been running for 11 years with comedians and cartoonists on stage together. Comedians doing comedy and the cartoonists and animators animating on the big screen what the comedians are saying and doing. I do a podcast with my friend and writing partner Scott Dooley called Is There Something in This? Which is kind of our writer's room. It's our writer's meeting to come up with ideas for cartoons for The New Yorker and for stand-up. And we've done live stage versions of the show as well, with special guests like Roy Wood Jr. and Ronnie Cheng. I've done stand-up comedy for 16 years. I've hosted TV shows, I've done commercials, I've done short films, and I'm more obsessed with the stuff behind the scenes and the process than in front of the curtain, the finished product. I've always found myself talking to the cameraman and the gaffer and all those people rather than the other actors. Thank you for watching. Stick around for the next one. Like and subscribe and all that bullshit, and I'll see you next time.